Sideline reporter integrity was the big story yesterday as Charissa Thompson went on the Pardon My Take show and admitted to fabricating sideline reports. Here's Charissa Thompson talking about what she's done during football games.
And I've said this before, so I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because A, the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late. And I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report. So I was like, I'm just going to make this up because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
We need, yeah, exactly. and do a better job of getting off the field. Like, they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
No, when I heard that, and you saw it went viral in the last 24 hours or so, I said, she's insane. She admitted that she has already told the story before, and she got away with it, and now she's re-upping it on art. I don't actually... Pardon my take, guys. God love them. I just don't listen to that podcast. But I believe it's the #1 sports podcast in the country.
Yeah, it's hugely popular.
Yeah, and I know those guys, and they're super popular.
I thought she was going to get fired.
Yeah, you can't. That is
and maybe
insane.
she ultimately will, although I think her boss at Amazon,
is that what
she's
she
a
works? I don't
sideline
even know where she
reporter in
works.
Amazon now.
Yeah.
She's like the
Basically,
host. She's the host.
She's
of
on the
pre
she's on the
and
desk.
halftime.
Yeah. The response was, this story was from 15 years ago.
To me, that is somebody who's very comfortable in her job now, presently, and she's cool with getting it out there. Like, if she was worried about losing her job in any way, shape, or form, she's she's not repeating that.
But I agree, Cakes, but she might not know the ramifications.
Yeah,
she doesn't know.
Like
no
that
doubt.
just pissed off every sideline reporter.
Yeah, definitely.
She doesn't know what she
listen,
did.
Yeah.
The sideline reporting gig has been often derided because the coaches really don't give you anything 99% of the time.
Yeah.
It's very cliche. And what she said is essentially true. You could make it up.
For the halftime report. Because last night the sideline reporter filled listeners in on Mark Andrews' injury.
Right.
So Mark Andrews rolls his ankle, and he's out for the season, by the way. That's huge.
Right. So if you get important information like that, and listen, you can't make it up. That just violates all journalistic integrity. But I could see where she's coming from. You can't admit that. I saw Tracy Wolfson's pissed. Like,
so many of the sideline reporters,
pissed off,
especially the women, because
and they should be.
The women who've broken into the field, that's generally been the gig that they get, right?
That's like
and
your
a lot
entry.
of people
Yeah.
believe, they're just putting a good-looking woman in there. It has nothing to do with reporting, and so all of these women, who are legit sideline reporters, who may happen to be attractive. Look, Charissa Thompson's attractive.
Oh, she's a smoke
show. So
type in
the cliche is
Jay Williams.
she got the gig because of her looks, and now she's admitting that she makes stuff up.
Yeah, she's setting back that position 20 or 25
That's
years.
the privilege
with that
of being
admission.
a super hot chick who's already made it.
And I think she does a podcast with Aaron Andrews.
She does. That's the one where they were bragging about hooking up Kelsey with Taylor Swift.
Do you want to hear some of like the 2008 sideline reporting that she did?
Sure.
Oh, people are digging those up.
Yeah.
now?
Oh yeah. People are digging that up like crazy.
Finding these are all fake.
Let's go down to Charissa Thompson.
Well, speaking to both coaches at halftime for Coach Gruden, he said the Chiefs have been able to run, throw, they've mixed it up. They've been able to do whatever they want. We have to play better football. For Herm Edwards, he says with this young group, we got to keep their focus. They're playing with great energy, and we got to avoid giving up that big play.
Yes,
Seems very generic. Like, I mean,
but do you think in that
any
one
game, any coach?
I would. Do you think in that particular one, she did not talk to either of the coaches?
Very possible. Very possible.
Highly
or
possible.
one of them.
And then I guess what she's trying
a lot
to do.
Of running around to get both coaches. You got to go to different tunnels.
In under like 15 minutes.
Well, there's probably a small window where they're outside anyway.
Yeah.
There's probably a minute where they, you have them to grab them. Yeah,
Also,
she probably made that up.
She feels the need to validate her job because if she doesn't have anything, she feels uncomfortable.
Well, that's the only thing she's there for.
She feels uncomfortable to tell to tell the producer or whoever, say, hey, the coaches didn't want to talk to me at halftime. I have nothing. We can't do this hit.
And then the Drabs and the Valdez's behind the scenes said, you better come up with something. You better give us some
not
report.
only that, both of these guys studied journalism in school.
Oh,
right?
this put me on big monkey stilts.
It's just no different when the guy that wrote Tuesdays with Morty was making up headlines about being at the Final Four.
Mitch
Albom was like fabricating stuff for Mike Barnacle. All these guys, when they fabricate stories,
I know.
it's awful.
What people are on Twitter already doing the opposite bit, which people love to do, and defending her
saying
and
it's
saying it's
okay.
no big deal. But just think about whatever is most important in your profession. This is what's most important in the journalism profession. Number one rule, you can't make things up, no matter what. Even if you think it's stupid, it's a white lie, whatever. You just can't make things up.
Yeah, you lose all credibility.
And then you just mock
You're
it.
down to zero.
You're mocking it later by saying, I got away with it.
No, this is a classic. And I like Charissa Thompson because she's easy on the eyes. And, I've been watching her for 15 years. This is a classic example of a hot, attractive woman who's smart, but who's made it, and she doesn't care about the reputation.
Just kind of getting whatever she wants.
She's G'd up, and
Also,
so now she's just going to admit everything.
Amazon
Also,
money now.
what's
she's good.
What's very tilting about this is that just the lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Does she have any idea what's going on in society right now and the distrust of media? I mean, she's just
doesn't care.
she's just fueling that fire too.
She's busy looking at the mirror.
She was trying to sound cool on a podcast.
And she probably didn't think it would make this big of a wave.
Well,
like
she also, I don't think she understood the
It's misguided,
ramifications
right? But I
for
think she was
her
trying to sound cool.
colleagues. I guarantee you, Erin Andrews, deep down, unless she did the same thing, didn't love that. Right? That's the same thing Erin Andrews does.
They're sharpening their knives, like Michelle Tafoya, Lisa Salters.
They're all coming
all
for
those
all of
women
them.
that do
And then
that.
the ones who are even more pissed are like the local sideline reporters. Like when we had Alex Chappell.
Right.
Mhm.
But she didn't say anything. But like someone who's doing stuff in Syracuse, and
Right.
they're
They're
just
grinding
they're
their
just
way.
grinding their ass off trying to get a shot,
Yeah.
like Charissa had, and their professions have just basically been belittled.
Well, a profession that's already been belittled
Yeah,
to begin
that
with.
already has a lot of scrutiny, and people
already
go,
say it's a joke anyway.
Yeah.
And then she just
what's
adding
what's the
insult to it.
point of it? What's the need for it? We don't need these. We don't need these reporters.
Right. She didn't do herself a big favor there.
No. The
She
whole
screwed up.
sideline reporter's a disservice.
I really thought she might be fired, suspended, but I
would
watched the game last night, and there she
Well,
was.
the thing is that she may never be able to do sideline reporting anymore. She may be able to work
Just
at
be a
desk.
host. She used to be on.
Well,
She used to be on Fox Sports, right?
I
Was
think
she?
so.
Yes.
I don't know. Was she Colin Cowherd's co-host?
I
or-
don't know.
I don't
was on-
think so, but maybe.
How did they do that broadcast last night and make no mention of it?
Well,
I mean,
they-
treating us like
The
we're stupid.
media hides stuff every day.
They know it's a
Well, the
firestorm.
entire
They don't-
world's talking about it. It's the
Right,
number one
well-
trending topic. She's on TV
Right.
doing the job that she just mocked.
Just
pretty
acting
much.
like it never even
Acting
happened.
like it didn't happen.
The media covers up stuff all the time in all genres. Yeah, just ignore it.
But also, she's the
Brian
host. What is
Williams.
she going to say?
It's not her.
She said real quick before we get started tonight.
I apologize
I apologize.
for-
I got something
yeah.
to clear up real quick.
Yeah.
No,
I
they just,
didn't
you know what?
see.
They just they're banking on the news cycle, churning through it. It's a controversy for a while, and then everybody moves on to the next thing.
If you want to chime in, you can at 800-636-1067 on the MGM National Harbor listener lines.
On the one hand, I feel kind of silly because it's in the grand scheme of life, it's not a big deal. But in the world of that world, that's a big deal.
Yeah, journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
And I get that she was trying to sound cool, but you don't. I mean, look, if she legitimately did it, which sounds like she did.
In other words,
She should never have fabricated a sideline report.
we do a silly, unimportant job. But if we fabricated a contest, we'd all be fired. You know what I mean?
Definitely true.
Our job is silly and inconsequential in life.
If you made something up about a player or a team,
Right.
Yeah.
you would be dealt
Deep
with.
trouble.
We've said this many times. Jason and Eric, like 2 or 3 times in the history of the show, have broken a story, and we'll get accused of making things up.
We'd never do that.
And there's no reason to make it up.
We'd never
Right.
do that.
Like,
There's
what
no upside.
do we
There's
have
zero
to gain from that?
upside for us to fabricate a story? None.
Yeah. So I don't know. That I thought it was remarkably dumb.
You
by
have
her.
you have more journalistic integrity than Charissa Thompson.
Oh, way more.
Oh yeah, I would.
All of
never
us do.
that.
All
If
of us
I
do.
was working for them and I botched it, and I didn't have the time to grab the coach or whatever, I'd probably tell the producer, "I botched it. Can't go to me. I botched it." You know what I mean?
Phil, I need you to fill the minute for me.
I say,
Bring out the telestrator and do something wacky.
Gruden wouldn't talk to me. He doesn't like me, or or so I had to poop.
And a wave.
That
Yeah,
one
I
I
had to
believe.
wait.
That
I couldn't do it.
that I believe you're telling the truth.
Well, you could just make an observation. Instead, if Gruden blew you off, just get
Just
up.
say, coach was pissed off and didn't want to talk to me.
Also, it's very
Exactly.
It makes you question. Well, if your job is to try and get skinny on the sideline and talk to people and figure out what's going on and have some sort of report, what are you doing all game? If you're just going to make stuff up and you're not talking to people, you don't have anything solid to say. Like,
that's always been.
What are you doing?
That's been the accusation.
Are you just standing there?
Yeah.
You have an entire halftime. You have an entire half to dig up a story.
Yeah.
Well, she had nothing, so then she made something up.